How's it going, everybody? It's Prod here, and today I'm bringing you guys another Dark Souls 3 video. For this one, we're going to be looking over some of the starting gifts from Dark Souls 3, or as they're called in this game, burial gifts. Now, we're going to be looking over each one, analyzing them, kind of giving you guys my opinion on each one, and maybe how they'll actually do when the full game comes out. I made a little video earlier today talking about some of the more gameplay oriented stuff of Dark Souls 3. Check that one out. It's in the description if you guys want to go ahead and watch that one. But anyways, let's go ahead and start here at the top of the list with the life ring. This ring basically gives you a little bit of HP. It raises your maximum HP by a tiny bit. Now, when it comes to this is going to be one of those items that, of course, you have it throughout the full game, but as soon as you get like another ring that would fill this ring slot, you would most likely put this on because it's probably going to be such an inconsequential amount of health, at least even in the beginning when you have a little bit of health, that it's not really going to matter. This is an okay gift, but overall, most of the gifts are pretty they're not that great. There's no master key level of good in here, So that is our very first one. Next up, we have three that are pretty straightforward. The Divine Blessing, we start off with that. Obviously, it's going to be good as soon as you use it, and then it's gone. I like this one because it's a pretty quick Estus. Even better than Estus because it cures your ailments. So if you're inflicted by something like, let's just say, frostbite, it's going to cure that as well. So next up, Hidden Blessing is basically the exact same thing, except instead of your HP, it raises up your focus points, your blue bar they use for weapon arts. And the Black Fire Bomb, again, straightforward, just one quick bomb. Fairly simple and pretty decent, except for the Fire Bomb. I would not at all recommend that Black Fire Bomb because, the Hidden Blessing and the Divine Blessing at least give you one good use and then they're gone, But next up we have what is the most interesting to me, which is the Fire Gem. It says material used to upgrade to fire weapons, more appropriate for a warrior than pretty trinkets. Now, I would say this one so far is the most useful one because it's something that you could immediately use. I don't exactly know if it's going to be similar to Dark Souls 2 because in Dark Souls 2 you could have a weapon and upgrade it to, let's just say if you had it a plus 10 already, then you just use one of the elemental stones, so let's just say you use one of the fire stones, and then it would immediately make it that plus 10 weapon, and it was fire, it did fire damage, and that's how it worked in Dark Souls 2. I don't know if it's going to work the same way in this game, or if this is going to be one that they just straight up give you for free, and you're going to need to collect more fire stones or more different elemental stones to continue upgrading it and make it a fire weapon. But anyway, so far, that has definitely been the best one. Next up is the Sovereign Soul. It says the Sovereign Soul of one who slept beside you, used to acquire many souls. Now, the wording of that is very interesting because it says one who slept beside you. Now, this can mean two things. This can mean it's a regular soul of another unkindled or undead who just lied dead next to you, and that's where he slept. And that's what that could mean. Or it could mean it's a special soul of maybe somebody who slept beside you in life when you were alive and not unkindled. It's very interesting. I'm excited to see if that's anything special, but I'm guessing it's just going to be a regular old one of those souls where you use it and expect to get a decent amount of souls, and then you're just left there with disappointment when you get 200 souls. It's probably going to be one of those. But next up we have the Rusted Gold Coin. The last few that we have here are pretty straightforward, but for this one it basically increases your item discovery for a little while. I don't entirely know if you get multiple. I would assume that you only get one, considering it's called Rusted Gold Coin and not coins. But this is one that is useful when you have a decent amount, and it's good for farming when you need more stones, more titanite shards to upgrade your weapons, more titanite chunks. But, just having one doesn't seem very useful, especially in the beginning when most likely you're not really going to need to farm many items because you're not going to have a lot of souls to upgrade. But, it's not that great. Next up, we have the Cracked Red Eye Orb. Obviously, you use that for invading people. This might be the worst one. Now, it's cool if you go into another world, invade someone and kill them, but that's just one-time fun. And then you maybe get a couple of souls that they have, and then that's it. It's not that great for having it in the beginning. Those are definitely going to be great later on, just invading the shit out of people. But for the beginning, it's not that great. Last up for the gifts, we have the Young White Branch. It says, branch of a young white birch, perhaps an offering of peace, can be used to blend into environment, but only once. Now, this is probably going to be similar to the blue elixir in Bloodborne, where if you stand still, it's most likely going to give you some camouflage. In Bloodborne, it made you invisible, and in this game, it says blend into the environment. So I'm guessing you're going to maybe look similar to the background you're going to be able to hide. Maybe it turns you into something else. I don't know. But that is it for the gifts in Dark Souls 3. That is what you can expect to see. Now, when it comes to these gifts, none of them were great, but I mean, they're not supposed to be like amazing. They're not supposed to be something you carry throughout the game and have like an insane like gift right off the bat. You know, there's something maybe help you out a little bit in the beginning, something nice to pick up, but overall probably the fire gem I would go with in the beginning right off the bat. It seems pretty decent, especially if it works similar to how they did in Dark Souls 2. You know, that'll be really useful. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to be doing one probably tomorrow, maybe later on today, on all the starting classes and kind of doing the same thing that I did with this one, giving you guys my opinion on each one. But that one will most likely be more in-depth since there's more to look at. There's stats and weapons and stuff. But anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace, everybody.